At the end of a workout or a practice, we then go into these recovery movements. The first one we do for a minute is a lunge with your right leg. You're going to step forward, making sure that shin is vertical, bring the torso down, arms are even with that leg. Your back leg is extended out, and you're going to hold that for 1 minute, and then you will switch legs. You would stand back up, switch the leg, and resume that same position. This next exercise are known as hip openers. So what you're going to do is you're going to start in that tabletop position. You're going to bring your knee forward to your wrist. You're going to turn your leg in and out so your ankle is even with your wrist. You want your hips square and your back leg extended straight back. You're going to hold that for a minute, and then you will switch legs the exact same way, bringing that ankle up. You might need to wiggle that ankle to get it into position, but the key is once you're in this position, keeping the arms straight, chest up, back leg extended, and hips square. The next exercise is the double hip stack. So you're going to start off by bringing your left leg, putting your ankle on top of your knee and your knee on top of your ankle. You're going to sit there for a minute like this. If it's easy for you, you may lean forward a little bit to deepen that stretch. After a minute, you'll switch the top leg, just like Coach is doing here, and you would go for another minute. That's the double hip stack. The next exercise you're going to do is the butterfly stretch. We do it a little bit different than some people who are used to being up and forward. What you're going to do is you're going to bring your feet together. You're then going to just lay back. You can have your hands lay off onto the side, however you feel comfortable with them. Your goal is to let gravity pull your knees down to the ground while keeping your heels as close to your hips as possible. The next exercise you're going to do after the butterflies is the head to knees stretch. So it's just like reaching for your toes. Every exhale, you try and bring your head closer down to your knees. You will feel this in your hamstrings and upper calves. The next exercise we're going to do is kneeling, toes tucked. So what you're going to do is you're going to get down onto the ground. Your feet are going to stay in that same position. Your toes are tucked underneath. Your weight is on the top of your ankles. All right, and you'll feel that stretch in the front portion of your leg. You're going to hold that for a minute. After you've done it with toes tucked, you're then going to flatten your feet by extending your toes back, keeping them in line with your shins. You're going to let your weight press down on your ankles. The next one, you're going to hold it for a minute, is a parallel squat. So you're going to go down into a squat position. Your feet are slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Your elbows are inside your knee. Your leg is making a parallel motion with the floor. You're going to hold that for a minute. Next exercise is going to be our calf stretch egg. You're going to step to the wall with your legs straight. You're going to lean forward, bring your other foot forward as well, and stand with your hips even while you hold that for a minute. Calf stretch B is a little different. What you're going to do is you're going to have your knee bent as you approach the wall. Then you're going to move this leg forward while still maintaining that knee bend. That's going to hit a different part of your gastroc, and it's going to help you stretch out your calf completely. This next and final exercise for our recovery exercises is going to be the toe touches. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to cross your arms. You're going to lean forward and just let your arms hang loose. Let gravity do its job. After 30 seconds, all you're going to do is release your hands so your fingertips are down touching your toes.